Where's everybody else?
I added everyone. Giving me shit about forgetting.
Why do they wait until 6:30 to take a shit?
I don't understand any of what a lot of them do.
Just, it's the same time.
I guarantee you Hunter forgot. I guarantee you Hunter forgot.
Yeah, but you remembered 30 minutes ago and he commented on you forgetting.
Oh, did he? Oh, well then no fucking excuse.
Juice is here.
Ryan, what's your third favorite remaster
no, fuck
port?
you. Just silent. Okay, we're back. We're doing the thing. Today we're going to be talking about the best ports and remasters that happened this year. There were several actually this year that I would have loved to talk about, but we are going to only be talking about our top 3. But Ryan, if you'd like to start us off with your number 3 remaster port.
Yeah, this one is here only because it exists. I didn't play a lot of ports or remasters this year, but I was really excited about this one. And that's going to be the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit remaster.
Not what I thought you were going to say, but yeah, no,
It was, hey, it's that game that I liked from early on last generation. But again, and it does very much show me the age of that game. And that like it was good for the time.
I bought that and I am happy to have it because it is not backwards compatible, it was not like one of the 360 games you could play on Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So just being able to play that game looking a little tiny smidgen itty bitty bit better than an Xbox 360 game.
I mean, it barely looks better. That game looked pretty good on 360.
Yeah, but it's nice to be able to have that again.
It exists. My favorite Need for Speed game. Yeah, my favorite Need for Speed game now exists in a form I can play on the current console. So for that, it gets the number 3 slot.
Makes sense to me.
Dash, what is your number 3 port or remaster from that, our year of our Lord 2020?
I don't like JRPGs.
Hey, me neither. Moving on. All right, Jason, what is it?
I think JRPGs are maybe the shittiest video game genre, but every now and again, one of them comes around that I like a whole awful lot, and I'll actually dump the requisite 90 to 100 hours into it, and that was Persona 5. And last year, they put out the obligatory updated version of Persona 5, which was Persona 5 Royal. They added in a lot of new story stuff, and they also fixed the gameplay very slightly in that they fixed literally an entire facet of combat, which was guns. But they took a game that I already liked an incredible amount and then made it a little bit better. I'm not going to necessarily say or make a value judgment on is it worth paying an additional $60 to buy, the upgraded version of it. But it's one of those things where if you had not played Persona 5, you should just play this version.
Right.
It's the ideal way to play a really, really, really good JRPG.
It's crazy to me that you'll dump 90 to 100 hours into one of those, but not.
They're the only things I'll do.
A Red Dead. That's crazy.
It's
you could play Red Dead, which has working guns, but I guess it doesn't have anime high schoolers. But if it did, Dash would be
and I don't even like most traditional JRPGs. I won't fuck with the normal Megami Tensei games, but I will pay the piper when it comes to Persona.
You want to play the better series.
I think the reason I like it so much is right when the JRPG shit starts getting boring, I can do the visual novel stuff, and then when the visual novel stuff starts getting boring, I can do the JRPG stuff, and I can just kind of bounce back.
That's my favorite way to play video games.
Yeah, when I get bored, I just read a book.
Just extract every bit of enjoyment I can. It's 30 hours have gone by. Let's switch to the other thing now.
Where's my half basketball game, half VN?
When I start to not like part of the game, I go play a different part of the game I don't like.
There was another JRPG that came out this year that after I crammed 30 hours into it, I eventually said, fuck this, even though it's in my favorite video game franchise of all time.
More like Yakuza.
Yeah, this new one fucking sucks. I'm glad I got a friend of mine to give me $37 for my copy of it.
What a sucker.
Jason, what's your number 3?
I want to try it.
My number 3 is Mario 64. Of the 3 in that bundle, it's the only one I've gotten around to playing. I'm definitely not gonna play Sunshine.
Hell yeah.
Is the other one Galaxy 2?
Galaxy
No,
1.
just regular
Galaxy 1. Okay. I might dabble in that, but I
Galaxy
played Mario
1's
64.
Still great.
And Mario 64 is the first video game I ever played, to my knowledge, when my dad bought an N64 from a thrift store or a pawn shop. Yeah, pawn shop. But I don't know. It was fun getting back into it. I hadn't touched it in a really long time.
Yeah, I agree. I know a bunch of people online were really, really critical of that collection. But
this one didn't have the games I wanted on it.
Like, again, I think it's shitty that Sunshine is seeing the light of day in any situation. But
yeah, what would you have put in instead?
Galaxy 2.
Super Mario World.
Would you really just do Galaxy 1 and 2?
Yes. I mean, if we're being, I guess, a little more specific, even if I had to keep Sunshine in there, I would do Galaxy 2 or Galaxy 1. But ideally, I would do 64, Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2. But I mean, it's like, I think that game is fine. Like, I went through, I got the 120 stars in it, and hey, Mario 64 is a really fucking good game.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your number 3?
Shoot. Whew. My number 3, actually, I also put 3D All Stars. I haven't played all of them still, so I mean, I, similarly to Jason, should probably also have just said 64. But
to be fair, yours was the more correct answer.
Well, I mean, pish posh.
But yours didn't acknowledge Mario Sunshine, which is really nice.
Well, that's true. I hadn't played any of those games before this collection. I mean, I played a little bit of Mario 64, like on your Wii U Virtual Console, but I had no experience with any of them, and I thought it was a really good time to kind of be able to so easily get into that old video game headspace.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so different compared to now. Like, comparing 64 and Odyssey is almost something that you can't do because they're just so different.
And for better or for worse, I think that Sunshine is an important game.
Well, sure.
It's bad. It's fucking sucks.
I liked it when I was like 9. I never finished it though.
That's because when you were
fucking
little, the gimmick was cool.
But
yeah, I think it was that. But like now, I don't have any interest in touching it.
And there's now a version of Galaxy that doesn't require the waggle controls, which is fantastic, and it runs in fucking 1080, which is beautiful.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a great
I've
game.
Still only played 64, but I plan to change that at some point because I will eventually run out of new shit to play.
Yeah, Galaxy's fun.
I will finish Red Dead at some point.
I'm gonna go back to that collection probably sooner rather than later because I was doing a pretty steady click of like 3 stars in one, 3 stars in another, 3 stars in another, and just kind of cycling through them so I didn't get bored. Yeah, Mark.
Oh no, did you guys lose him?
Yeah,
he froze for me.
He's so angry.
Like I talk about Mario Galaxy 2 being my preferred inclusion on that list, but I don't want to like diminish Galaxy 1. They're both absolutely phenomenal games. 2 just does a lot of the stuff so much better, and I would have preferred if that was on there, especially with like the 1080 up convert stuff. I would have preferred if that was on there as opposed to Sunshine, but it's whatever. I don't want to necessarily move too far without Ryan fixing his shit. And we're back after some technical difficulties. So as you were saying, Ryan. Mario Sunshine fucking sucks shit out of butt. Hunter, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Wonderful 101 Remastered.
Really glad you brought it up because I didn't.
Because it turns out that game's still really good, even when it's not on the Wii U.
Yeah, Hunter and I backed the Kickstarter for that, and we got Switch copies of it, but then the Switch copies got delayed, so they gave us free PC copies.
And then also got us the Switch copies later.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, that Wonderful 101 it's a fantastic game, and as much as I like the Wii U, any game escaping being stuck on that console is good.
Just waiting on Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Is that really like the only one left?
That's the only one that matters.
I guess
Color Splash.
the HD Zeldas.
They got the Zeldas. They got Mario 3D World here.
That's-
They
I mean,
didn't
that's
get all
on
the
the Switch, though.
Zeldas.
I
They
know
didn't
that's
get,
escaping.
Wind Waker, Twilight Princess.
No, that's
yet.
what I'm saying. Is the Zelda HDs they need to get
Okay.
off of there.
It's just so weird that they did Tokyo Mirage Sessions before any of those.
Oh well. But yeah, Wonderful 101. I'm glad that it's more accessible. Albeit slightly worse, not on a Wii U. Much like
As most
Captain
things
Toad
are.
Treasure Tracker.
Did
Mhm.
people still get stuck on that very first puzzle?
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't like not being able to draw the stuff, but it's fine. It's fine.
The first puzzle in Wonderful 101.
Yeah, because originally you go into like a warehouse and you're supposed to look at the Wii U tablet to see what numbers to turn on the outside of the building.
And I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
just does like a picture-in-picture kind of
yeah.
thing.
But journalists were complaining, like, this puzzle's so obscure. I just didn't know what to do. This game sucks.
Wonderful 101's good. People should play that. Ryan, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Mario 3D All Stars.
Mario
I
Sunshine
like-
fucking sucks.
Yeah, but Mario 64 is really good.
Oh, Mario 64 real good, and that's a real stable frame
Mario-
rate on Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy, also a real good game.
Also really good resolution and frame rate on that.
Yeah.
Those are good games.
Great games.
I don't know. I'm happy to have Sunshine just as a like, I haven't played this. I'm going to check it out. And then you play a couple of stars and you're like, cool, well, I'm going to go back to good games. It makes those other ones just seem better by comparison.
Yeah, there you go.
That's actually why they put it on there.
Yeah.
But in the
Because if
other
they put
ones,
Galaxy
you
2 on
throw-
there, make the other ones look bad.
But in the other ones, you can't throw pineapple at a Yoshi egg and get a shitty Yoshi.
Oh God.
I can do that in real life. I don't need video games.
The game that introduced me to durians.
Mm. And now you won't stop eating them.
Yep, love them.
That's why you stink so much.
Yeah.
Oh, that loose reminds me. I think something died in my walls.
It was a
Oh
durian.
yeah, brother. I bet it's one of those meese.
Probably. I know. I think it's based on the smell. I think it's either a lot of meese or it's a really big moose.
It's a rat king.
It's a burglar
Although I
rat.
haven't seen my wife in about a week.
Yeah, it's weird.
She's taking a really long nap.
My number 2 is Tony Hawk and Call of the Hunch. I think we'll get there.
No,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there. Jason, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is kind of a cop out, but hey, Spider-Man got put on PS5 in 2020.
Hey, no, that counts.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Counts.
I
It's
don't
a
like.
port.
It's a lame port to include on this.
I mean, it's good. It's
But-
a good way to talk about the first Spider-Man.
It was a good game. I enjoyed
go.
myself.
I like that getting Miles. I was really worried that not getting the deluxe edition of Miles was just going to lock me out of being able to get that. But if I want to at any point, I can throw them $20 and get that. And I'm not sure I ever will replay the first Spider-Man, but if I need to, I'm glad that I have a way to do it.
I mean, that would have been really weird if they didn't let you do the first one on PS5
I mean,
without the
they-
Ultimate. But I
they
guess I
were-
wouldn't put that past Sony.
It's like they were definitely wanting you to get that better edition of the game, and I just didn't feel like I needed to replay that Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they made
But I
it
like to have the
better.
option.
Now it has ray tracing.
And now the
Ooh.
swinging is actually better than before.
The only swinging I know.
Matt, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Battle for Bikini Bottom.
I
The
forgot
other
that
game
came out.
that I wanted someone to talk about.
I did not play as much of this game as I would have liked to. But I remember what little I played of the original version of it, I thoroughly enjoyed. And then the new one just took everything that the original did and just did it better.
It is insane to me that remaster happened, but THQ Nordic is on some dumb bitch juice 24/7, and I'm fucking here for
You know
it.
what? I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm not.
2021 is the year of the
mad.
Time Splitters Trilogy remaster. I'm fucking.
Come
it's
on,
gonna be this year.
THQ.
Yeah, THQ makes a bunch of weird decisions.
Like they remastered
Makes the weird
last
ones
year.
I want.
Destroy All Humans and Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Hey, you know what?
Fucking
They're just out
go.
here
Like
making
it.
moves.
Go
what are we
off.
gonna do this year?
Go off, sis.
Let's make another Darkstalkers and let's remaster Destroy All Humans and SpongeBob.
And SpongeBob got 2 different collector's editions, one of them being $400.
Didn't one of them come with
It's got a remote control claptrap in it.
With a top hat.
That, got a real
that $400
doll
edition was $80 today, and I think about it every time I see it go on sale.
The claptrap is the real doll hunter.
Ooh.
But yeah, Battle for
Anyways,
Bikini
what's
Bottom
your number 2?
rules. But yeah, Hunter, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, partly
Great,
because
Ryan.
it makes that game actually look good, and they added in cut content again.
Oh, that's always good.
They expanded on it.
Is it content that got cut in the Western release, or is it just
It's
kinda
just
bullshit?
cut in general. I don't think it's like the same story wise, but it was the area, or it was an area they were going to include, but had to cut either for space or time or something.
That was the Wii one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Wii
really
new
expensive one that
3DS one.
GameStop published.
Yeah. Created their own false scarcity for and reprinted and didn't tell anybody.
Madmen,
Bingo.
fucking Madmen. That's peak
Thinking people
GameStop.
wouldn't notice.
Ryan,
Yeah.
is it time to talk about Tony Hawk?
It's time to talk about Tony Hawk.
Okay, let's talk about Tony
that's
Hawk.
my number
Some
1.
would say the best remaster of the generation. I would.
It's so good. It's just top to bottom.
They remaster a lot of stuff that I'm nostalgic for, and this happens to be the thing I'm most nostalgic for, and it transports me back to just staying up all night, playing every Tony Hawk game, listening to bomb-ass music. It's so good.
When they remastered Crash and Spyro, I was kind of thinking to myself, what's the only other PS1 game that carries the kind of weight as those games? And Tony Hawk's the only one I could ever think of, but I was always there's no way they would do that.
Yeah, it's there's so much licensing to do, especially
the music,
with you got the music, there's a lot of licensing and likeness issues with pro skating now because of the Tony Hawk games. Everything is so there's a lot of money and stuff being traded around, and I
really
feel like it's pretty impenetrable now.
I like that they got Vicarious Visions to do the port work. I think that's a beautiful little bow on everything. I still really, really hope that they do 3 as DLC, where they give you all of those levels and also Bam Margera, but also it's new Bam Margera.
Give me Thug, or give me Death.
And I have to wonder if they're gonna do more with this. The engine that they have built is fucking beautiful.
I'd be surprised if they didn't at least do Thug.
I will give them
well
so much.
received
I will
as that
keep
game
giving
was.
them money.
They need to do 3 and 4 so that way they can have classic Doom guy as a playable character and now new Doom guy.
I never even played 1 and 2 growing up. I entered Tony Hawk on Thug, and this was still my number 1 for the year.
Wow, spoilers.
I don't know if any of you guys have been keeping up with some of the PC stuff that's coming out of the level editors. I saw yesterday that someone recreated N64 Ocarina of Time's Hyrule Castle.
That's cool.
As a stage, you can get inside the castle and do all sorts of stuff. It just fucking rules. I'm so glad it exists.
You can do a McTwist over Ganon.
You're goddamn right you can.
Hell yeah.
I just want to do a McTwist over a helicopter.
And it's so high on the list of things that I can't believe exists.
And then somehow Eric Sparrow takes credit for it because I guess you can't. Apparently, you can't see anybody's face.
No.
Eric Sparrow's the hero of time, confirmed.
But yeah, Tony Hawk's 1 and 2. It was my number 2, but
my number 1.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a whole lot else to say about that.
It's a good game.
Great game.
So I hope wrong answer.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to end up happening. I can't imagine skateboarding culture swings back into being super relevant, but I don't know. It's nice to dabble in that a little bit. Back in the good old days of where everything was spelled with an X at the beginning.
Yeah, the good old days of pre 9/11 Reaganomics and all that other shit.
Tony Hawk.
Skaters are very cruel, Tony, and I'm very in touch with my inner rad boy.
You fucking blew it.
I couldn't figure out another word for skater.
Anyways,
All
Dash,
right,
what's your
Dash,
number
what's
one?
your number one?
I spent $570 to play a remaster of Demon Souls, and Demon Souls is as a massive FromSoft fanboy. Demon Souls is the one game that has always kind of eluded me. I've owned it on PS3 and I've tried playing it, but it is I don't want to say impenetrable, but it is
garbage.
fucking so if FromSoft hadn't quite figured out how to make video games yet.
Right.
So I've just never actually gone through and played it, and this release got me to do that. And not only is it a unbelievably good remaster and a showcase of some of the stuff the PS5 can do, but going through and playing Demon Souls and like seeing all of the different ways that it is very much like the prototype of so many things that they do across all three Souls games has been super. And even Bloodborne, like it was very fun going through it now at the end of all of the other Souls games as opposed to before all of them.
Right.
Just because I will see things and be like, oh shit, this is how they then fleshed this out into this other idea. And I genuinely had a magical time with it, even though I kind of just got in on day one, played through it in about 9 hours, and then didn't really go through again. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where if I say that, like, I bought the console for this game and then I really didn't do that much with it, I felt incredibly enriched and rewarded by what I did with it. And I just don't feel the need to go back and do more. I had a fantastic time with it. And as like a educational piece about the Souls games, it was so cool to do it. And also it's a goddamn beautiful fucking remaster. Runs flawlessly, looks glorious. The loading times are insanely low, which, let me tell you, a Souls game where when you die and then you can get right back into the game, it fucking rules. Yeah, Demon Souls Remaster. I understand that I am literally the only one here who played it. I knew no one else would talk about it, but it, as much as I did love Tony Hawk, don't get me wrong, I'm
getting you wrong.
Was not even close to how much I enjoyed the Demon Souls remake.
I like Demon Souls. I played it on PS3. I'd like to play that remaster at some point.
Quite good.
Hey Hunter, what's your number one?
Oh, because
So
you and
here
Matt
I
both have
am,
Tony Hawk, don't you?
doing everything I can.
Mine number one's Rune Factory 4 Special. Because
What did they do with it?
It's pretty
So
much just
special
a port to the Switch from the 3DS, but they changed one thing, so the last story arc isn't randomly started. It's always a set time. But it's the best Harvest Moon game that has been made by anyone.
It's a pretty low bar.
Kind of.
Oh, man, I downloaded fucking It's a Wonderful Life on the PS5.
That's on PS5?
Well, it's on PS4, which then is on PS5.
That's on PS4?
Yeah, they did a remaster.
Huh. I didn't know that. Anyway, but yeah, it still keeps all the in-depth shit you can do in Rune Factory. The original version had a few translation bugs where they did not translate text, and they fixed that. So, like, you would be talking to somebody, it'd be all English until one line is just in Japanese, and
Fuck yes.
continue on
Perfect.
like normal. But they fixed those.
Ohio.
Was it still in kanji or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yes, dog.
Dash loves kanji.
I love fucking shitty translation.
But now it's fixed. Now you can't love it anymore.
That's fucking sucks.
True.
Get fucked on.
When they
Lost the
remastered
soul.
Yakuza 2, they kept one of the bad translations, but then draws attention to it, where you end up saying, I peacocked your mom.
Aha.
Got him.
Fucking boom.
But yeah, Poon Factory.
5's coming out.
I have not played one of those.
They only get better with each one.
Doubt.
I don't think I have either.
Maybe I would give it a try. Is it a Switch thing?
4 is on Switch. The others are on DS or 3DS.
Are those cheap?
Or is this
Like-
on Xbox?
Fuck off,
Probably.
Jason.
I'd maybe give one of those a shot. Like
Dicks.
next time I get that kind of fucking Harvest Moony, Stardew Valley bug. But I think that's going to do us for the best remasters reports. I think several really rock solid remasters reports this year. Really
Yeah,
good
I
stuff.
think.
Agreed.
I mean, 2020 was kind of the end of the last generation, where it was kind of the generation of remasters and ports.
And I think it really ended on a strong note.
I do too.
It was a good bookend, so to speak.
But next time, we will not be talking about remaster ports. We'll be talking about newer games. And specifically, we are going to be talking about the biggest surprises of the year. So please join us then.